All right, now, welcome back again. This is Illuminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. We're going to go ahead and do the reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Now, before we kick things off, I want to go ahead and say that, we are using Queen of Swords energy, so I may say some things that are a bit harsh, but that energy is necessary for me to kind of clear the air and make sure that we are getting the truth out to all of the listeners. Now, just as a quick disclaimer, make sure that you are avoiding all scammers, people trying to approach you under any kind of false, profiles or anything, asking you for a free or for any kind of tarot readings. Please be a bit conscious about that. The tarot community is getting hit deeply by this type of issue, and hopefully that you can avoid that by blocking, reporting those people who are creating those false, profiles. All of my information is in the description box below, so please reach out to me there if you want a personal reading, and I'll be sure to sort that out for you. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks so much again for joining, and if you would like to, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, so that way we can kind of grow things, get things kicking off. Hopefully now I've sorted out the issues with the microphone, sorted out issues with the lighting, so that way it's a little bit easier to see and hear everything. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Let's begin. So, let's see what Spirit has in store for you, dear Leo. The kitty cats of the zodiac. Okay. What's going on with Leo for May 2023, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What's happening with Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising from May 2023. Time is flying, isn't it? What's happening with the cats of the zodiacs? Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for May 2023. What messages does Spirit have for us today? Okay, stop there. All right. So let's lay the cards out as we see them. I'm just going to read what happens in the card and the spread. It may be love, it may be work, it may be what's going to happen to you at the weekend. We're all living for the weekend, aren't we? But I know Leos like to do it big. Anyways, you are currently as the Hermit, crossed by Queen of Swords reverse. This does not look so happy and festive, so we're going to dissect this and see what's going on. In recent past, you have the Two of Swords reversed. That just came out in a previous reading for, what was that? That was Aries, yes. Near future, we have Judgment. In the root of the spread, we have Ace of Wands. Poppity pop. Devil reversed as what's taking place in the conscious realm. How do you see yourself? There you go. These cards are really flying out today. I'm trying to understand this. This is wicked. Environment. What's happening in your environment? There you go. Hopes and fears. And last but not least, then there's the Poppy card. We have the Ace of Pentacles. That's not a bad outcome. We'll go ahead and clarify everything to see exactly what's happening here. But from what I get intuitively here at the bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. So you are going to be working very, very hard on everything that you're doing with your life, You're going to try to save some coin, tap into that beautiful King of Pentacles energy, take in charge, and growing them zeros, growing them zeros in your bank account. Just like him, he's got all the grapes around him. Those are not the grapes of wrath. Those are the grapes of fruitfulness and abundance, coupled by the Taurus, the two bulls on the throne here. So that could indicate a person who is a Taurus or a person with Earth in their chart, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, whatever. But yeah, hopefully there's a period of abundance and culmination of, financial resourcefulness coming in very soon. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and dissect this reading as we see it. Now, we have a person who is the Hermit. This is Virgo card, Major Arcana, which indicates a situation that you can't necessarily control, but you are being forced into a period of reflection, of understanding what it is that you need to do. And using that period of solitude, you are becoming wise with the Star, which is basically the star in the Star Tarot card. And this is what allows you to illuminate your path. Illuminum Tarot, yay! Now, the Hermit, to me, is a very important card. Some people can think it's boring. Some people can think it's hard to be alone. We saw in the pandemic, everyone kind of, for lack of better words, losing their shit because they were not able to really sit with themselves and find out what makes themselves happy. Some did, and that changed their life completely. Some people quit their jobs. Some people moved on. We saw it as the Great Resignation. And it was through that period of self-reflection, deep, profound understanding of self, illuminated by the light of the star, those hopes and dreams and aspirations. We went through a very difficult period in order to learn and discover more about ourselves. And I think that's what you've been kind of doing. Not to say that we're still stuck in the pandemic, wheezing and coughing our way through that god-awful situation. But whatever has triggered this moment of isolation and period of reflection, you are now using that. This is cut by the Queen of Swords, no pun intended, but what it seems to me is a person who is sat by themselves and feeling a little bitter, a bit salty about something that happened to them in the recent past. And we're going to find out a little bit about what that could potentially be. But what I get here is a person who is definitely trying to get over some past heartbreak. As the Queen of Swords is a person who is either a divorcee or someone who has had a pretty extensive breakup, normally with resources tied into it, which kind of compounds the effects of the issue. Now, in the recent past, we had the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords reversed in this particular one. Either you have firmly made a decision or you're unable to make a decision. I'm going to clarify and see exactly what that is and what it entails. So Two of Swords clarified by the Four of Swords reversed. So this is a person who is ready to break free from something. Either you're deciding that it's time to break free and to make something happen within your life in the recent past, or you're restless because you're unable to make a decision. Potentially it could be, you're restless and so now you're saying, okay, fuck it, I'm ready to get on. I'm ready to do something with my life, to do something with this situation I'm stuck in that I've been reflecting about. I don't want to stay stuck in this negative energy the entire time. So maybe it's time for me to just do anything that works and make a judgment call in the near future to help get myself unstuck from the entire situation. Judgment is a very profound card. It's not like just making a decision in the Two of Wands or like the Eight of Wands, making swift, decisive action. This is an ordained experience with the Archangel Gabriel blowing his trumpet and resurrecting something that used to be long dead and gone. This is a complete transformation of your life. So whatever you decide to do in the near future, that is going to be something you really should take your time and really know that it is the right signal, the right time, and the right place to do this. So underneath all of this, we have the Ace of Wands. In the Ace of Wands, we have someone yearning for a new start, something that you're passionate about, something that you want to do that could be a bit creative and, hopefully it pays well too, or if it, gives you a bit of emotional fulfillment, that also. Now, for you, I'm not sure what this new start could be. If you have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I would say maybe it's job related or stability related, but we're going to clarify. What's this Ace of Wands about, Spirit? Oh, Knight of Swords. Someone's thirsty there, hungry, ready to get in there and make some profound changes. That Knight of Swords and that Four of Swords reverse represents someone who is very, very impatient now. They're growing impatient. They're like, I'm tired of this. Let's get this done now. Rushing in, that Ace of Wands. Who knows? Maybe if it's relationship related, maybe you're going through a dry spell right now. You're a little bit salty about that. Who isn't? Go a year, 2 years without, a decent relationship or even sex, things of that nature. And now you're just like, I kind of want to break this dry spell. Let's go ahead and get some water running through the River Thames right now. Whatever's going on in your life, take it as it resonates, of course. You'll see exactly how it applies to your specific situation. But at the bottom, we have these two cards. At the top, we have the Devil reversed. So this is kind of maybe breaking free from something that was toxic, something that was a bit restrictive. As we see here in the devil is sat above the black box of Saturn, which is a massive restriction, which holds and binds these two people. But funny enough, they're not really restricted because the chain's very loose on their bodies, on their necks. And the longer they sit there stuck in that energy, they become more like the devil itself. They become more toxic. They become more insidious. But most importantly, they need to understand what it is that's binding them before they're bound to that thing forever in an unconscious manner. So what the devil is, it's not necessarily a bad card. To anyone here who's a Christian or, of the Abrahamic faiths, try to see it from a different perspective. I'm not saying that, you need to be a devil worshiper or anything, but the devil actually highlights those areas in your life where you are stuck, restricted, bound, and that you do need a change. And it's very easy for you to escape its grasp. There's nothing holding you there. It's you that needs to find out the codependent, toxic, or other kinds of, negative qualities about yourself. The devil forces you to reflect on that and to make changes to your life so that way you can become unstuck. It is Saturn. It's the hard it's the hard teacher, the stern father that actually works in our lives to let us understand what it is that we're obsessing over, whether for good or bad, what we're tied to, bound to. And I think that what you're trying to do this is the waiting period that's actually helping you try to get unstuck. And that's what you desperately so much want to do. And that's probably why you've got all this restless energy. You're just like, I just need to get out of this. Good Lord. But in the near future, you will make that judgment call. And hopefully that will allow you to push forward, to resurrect the positivity in your life, to feel that sense of rejuvenation and jovial energy of rebirth. Now, there's so many cards here that are coinciding together. So I like it when readings are like this. They kind of have a very good even flow to it. I hate having to sit here and having to decode things, too much. But we see here, person in their energy, feeling restless, wanting desperately to get out of this negative situation. And they are desperately trying to get over any disappointments they have had in the past. Now with the Five of Cups, you have a person here who is staring at the Three of Cups, what they've lost. And they're unwilling to look behind them to see the Two of Cups behind them, which is a new beginning in emotional fulfillment. Now, all this person has to do is turn around and look at those two cups. And he'll see that he has everything he needs from just right sat beside him. Rather than focusing on what he's lost, crying over spilled whatever's in there. Could be Hennessy, could be cognac, could be some Strongbow at the local Weatherspoons, but that's up to you, whatever you fancy. But go into the other parts of this card. You have everything that you need. You have shelter. All you have to do, pick up those 2 cups, find that new sense of self-fulfillment, walk across the bridge with the abundant water flowing beneath it. Kind of see also life is, all those things that didn't work out as water under the bridge. And then make your way to the castle, which is something new and stable, waiting for you in the distance. But of course, for you, you have to take that journey first. This is how you're going to take that journey and become unstuck. So that's you. In your environment, you have the magician. Now, think about it for a moment. What is the magician? He has a cup, he has a pentacle, he has a sword and a wand. And he has the scepter here with the infinity symbol showing the abundance of energy and the abundance of power that he has flowing through him at all times. The connection to the universe and the infinite. One hand raised up, one hand raised below. As above, so below. And that is you. That's your environment as well. You have everything that you need at your disposal to create the life that you want. And I think that your environment does give you everything that you need to be happy in order to make this new start. Now, it may feel stuck at the moment, and we all understand, we've all been there for most people, whether it's dating, whether it's getting a new job, there's always a slow, arduous process getting to the success that you're working towards. You have to put a lot of dating requests out there to find even a decent match. You have to put a lot of job applications out there just to get rejected over and over again until you get that one yes. And then that's when you start your new life. So it's going to take a concerted effort. And I think that your environment is very conducive to allowing you to make those efforts and achieve something of substance new that you can manifest for your life. Again, your hope and fear, and I think this could be a little bit of both, but I do see more so leaning towards the fear. You have this 3 of Wands here, which indicates more waiting for your ships to come in. Now, if you've already waited and then you're concerned about waiting, you're afraid of waiting, the universe is going to say, okay, well, here's some more wait for you, so that way you can continue doing what you love and do best, which is waiting. So try to get that magician mentality, tap into that a little bit into your environment. That way you're no longer focused on the waiting period and the process involved with that, but you're actually tapping into that magician energy where you put it out there and then you get on with your life. And then when you're not paying attention to it, that's when the thing that you're wanting to manifest comes in. Have you ever noticed when you're trying to look for a good partner and you say to yourself, okay, you know what, screw this, I'm not doing dating anymore, I'm just going to do my own thing. And that's when your partners start to flow in. You start going out, you start meeting people, you start drinking, you pick up those 2 of Cups behind you and you get lit and you go out and you have a good time. And then you move into a period where your abundant happiness is all around you because you're constantly looking for new opportunities to explore. You create this sense of abundance by letting go of the thing that you have been desiring so badly. And then that's when it gets offered. That's your Ace of Pentacles right there. When the universe sees that you're no longer codependent on this thing that you're looking for, whether that's a new job, a new love, or a new sense of stability, you have to trust the universe that it will offer it to you in due time and in due course. And then it's handed to you. Ta-da! You have the Ace of Pentacles. And that is the new start, the new stability that you are going to cultivate for yourself, whether that is a relationship, whether that is a new house, new car, new person, new boo. It can be yours, but don't place so much emphasis on it. Just let it go for a little bit and know that you're going to be happy no matter what. And there's the pop card once again. But it is a very, very positive card to clarify this. Guess what? 10 of Pentacles. So, Leo, meow. You are going to get all the things that you need as long as you focus on you. You are represented by the sun in the astrology. You are the ones that everyone orbits around. There's something to be said about that gravity, that your ability to attract things just by being yourself. That's very admirable quality. Everyone's got their own sun and way of expressing this type of energy. I think you should tap a bit into that wherever your sun's placed in your chart, and try to understand what it is that you're good at doing, what you love to do, what you're passionate about, whatever burns bright within your own fire, and try to get that as the center of your own universe, your solar system, your galaxy. When you do that, you will begin to create your own gravitational field within the universe, and that will attract to you the things that you have been looking for. Think about that for a second. You're not called the lions for anything. I don't think you're a coward. I don't think you're a pussy. And definitely, you're not one to go too long without the right type of relationships. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You have the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Cups. You have a lot of abundance flowing into your life very soon. 8 Pentacles being 1 month, maybe. Maybe it's coming within a month. Maybe it could come in the wintertime or whenever. I don't really do times because time is fluid, and it's kind of a disaster trying to predict when things are going to happen. But I do see that this thing is going to happen, and it's going to be quite beneficial to you, and you're going to love the new you. Get out of this energy where you feel like, oh, I'm waiting, I'm so impatient, oh, when is it going to happen? And then let it go. Notice that the environment will actually manifest this for you, because this is in the environment position. Worry less about the waiting. Just be yourself. I know that's a very cliche thing to say. Do you? And then these things will come into play. You'll get that Ace of Pentacles leading you to the 10 of Pentacles. But okay, in order to get the 10 of Pentacles, try to become the 9 of Pentacles. Be self-sufficient, and don't allow your happiness to be dependent on something external. I stress this because this is something personally that I've had to learn. Codependency, breaking that bond to things that you feel you need in your life. The people you feel you need in your life. The validation, the desire to be, coupled with someone. Fear of being alone. Get into that 9 of Pentacles energy. When that Ace of Pentacles comes to you, then you'll be happy. You'll have the 10 of Pentacles. Find that Ace of Cups. So, I'm going to pull 3 cards to give you some advice, I guess, for the next period in your life, the next major significant change. And then we'll end it here. Advice for the kitty cats. Advice for the lions and the lionesses of the stars. Okay. All right. So, first bit of advice we have here. What do you have to tell us, Divine One? First bit of advice. Second. Third card of advice. Now, work through your fears, what we were just talking about. The fear of waiting, the fear of being alone, the fear of things not happening. That will create the lack mentality that is evidenced by the 5 of Cups. Now, since this is in the reverse, that's a good thing, because that means you're getting over it and you're making the necessary changes to yourself to overcome that disappointment. But work on your fears. New moon in Scorpio. New moon is often, it predicates a specific period in your life where there are new changes. It feels like things are at a standstill, but they are coming into fruition with that first ray of light in the corona of the moon here. Now, channeling that Scorpio energy, that scorpionic feeling that you need to go within and find out precisely how to cultivate the happiness that you see in your everyday affairs, despite what is taking place in your environment. Your environment will only reflect who you are. You are the microcosm. The environment is the macrocosm. In order for you to change that, you need to become what it is that you seek. If you want happiness, you need to become happy by doing the things that make you happy, processing the pain and suffering that you have gone through. And eventually, you will get to the point where your happiness will be there no matter what is around you. And look who's shown up. Confidence is your key to success. This is the new moon in Leo. So you have 2 new moon cards. This indicates to me a new cycle and start to something that is going to be of profound significance in your life. So confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. That is you showing up as your advice. Find out what makes you confident. Channel that confidence and be okay being yourself while you wait for this, this change to take place within your life. Rather than passively waiting and reflecting and pondering with bitterness with this Hermit crossed by the Queen of Swords reverse, this restlessness, this fiery desire to rush in and do things. Rather than worrying about all that, let it go and be your confident self. You are the sun. You give all the light to everyone else. Why would you worry about letting someone else's light bring the things about to you? Share your light with others. Don't necessarily give your light to a dead world. Give your light to an environment that is going to be abundant, full of life, and the things that are going to make you feel happy. Now we have here, have faith in your dreams. For some reason, I want to flip that one up. I think I should just start reading all the advice cards upright. Have faith in your dreams. What is it that makes you happy? Again, I've been banging on about that throughout the entire reading. We have the waxing crescent moon. So this is, again, a period of the first dawn of light. And so this waxing moon is going to slowly fill up to a half to a full moon. You are building and cultivating the things that take you away from this period of emptiness into a place of enlightenment, of happiness and joy. And I think that this is something that you should keep in mind when you sit in the negative energy, that you are just on the precipice of moving forward with a fully enjoyable life. Now, I see in this photo here as well a lot of butterflies. Butterflies represent change, transformation, powerful change and transformation. As the butterfly is initially a caterpillar, and then it goes through a chrysalis. It basically turns into a pile of mush within that chrysalis, and then it erupts as a butterfly, completely changed and immersed in something new. A new life. That's your life. Be light and fair with it as well. You have a bee here as well. That also indicates that there's going to be a little bit of hard work for you to achieve that. The bee doesn't normally fly. It shouldn't fly according to biology standards, but the bee's utter sheer determination, it allows it to beat its wings at a speed that can lift its heavy body and propel it through the air with decent enough precision for it to live its life out. And then you have all these flowers blossoming here. I think it's time for you to blossom here. In the previous new moon ones, there's nothing. There's space. There's emptiness. But in here, you have actual life, germinating for yourself. I think there's something to be said about that. Well, as before, this is a beautiful reading. I think it's time for you to think about who you really are. I wish you all the best on your journey into achieving this stuff. this abundance that's getting ready to come into your life. Once again, this is Illuminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining. If you like personal reading, please look at the description box below. I'll get that information in there for you after this reading. Once again, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate your time, and thanks so much for following the channel. It's getting off the ground. It's just some impulsive thing I decided I was going to go ahead and do because it's been nagging me in the back of my mind. Maybe I should take a bit of this advice as well. Instead of thinking about it, worrying about it, just get it done. Thanks so much for joining again. Until next time, and bye now.